first thing I want to just kind of bring up, guys, I posted a post last night, of a post that looked like this. And you guys don't have to print it out. I just printed it out to kind of show you what I was talking about. And we're going to do this example later. I'm going to teach you guys how to do a little bit of a reading on yourself, okay? I want to introduce myself to those of you who don't know me. I'm known as the Divine Medium, and I have been predicting everything that's been going on since 2014. And Yule blessings to you too, Anna. Winter solstice. It's an exciting time. You are going to learn a lot of things on this live show that you will not on other live shows. I guarantee it. I'm excited to talk about what Maria has been showing me. And I have a lot of notes. I don't really want to look at my notes because I don't want to get distracted, but I think I have them in case I forgot to mention something, then it's in my notes and I go, oh, I forgot to mention this. So I'm excited about the conjunction we are going through right now. I know a lot of you have, and I'm actually going to let Spirit kind of just run the show tonight. I'm just going to follow their lead and listen to what they want me to explain and tell you all. But I know a lot of you have been going through headaches, neck pain, nausea, extreme thirst, especially at night. You might be lacking in food, like you're not feeling as hungry. Either you're on a spectrum of being extremely hungry and you're not getting enough, or you're lacking in hunger and you're not eating as much. And you might go a whole day and just eat a little bit of something throughout the day. Now, I have been drinking my shakes, my protein shakes, and I've been doing what's called GABA. Remind me what this thing does again? Because Yvonne got me into it.
I don't.
It's for brain activity. It actually peps me up through my day. But see, I can't take big pills. I don't like big pills. So I actually open this and put it in with my powder. And then I drink my shake. I mix it up with a spoon first, and then I do the whole shake together. Shaky Vision, that's actually a fresh new one tonight, Bridget. Yeah, that's a fresh new one that just started in the last day or two, is the Shaky Eyesight. But if you've been feeling all of these symptoms, you are most likely an empath and you're feeling these emotions. You might even actually be feeling other people's emotions as well. And it's on a high and you're feeling this anxiety and you're feeling overwhelmed. And this is because you're feeling this frequency that is coming into this atmosphere. The frequency, I feel, has already kind of started. It didn't just pop in tonight and that was it. It has been slowly progressing through until tonight. Now, there's a big event that happened tonight. Okay. I'm going to tell you right now, it is going to be like something out of a movie. You're going to think that the people around you have been body snatched, or you're suddenly dealing with a bunch of spiritual walk-ins. You don't know who you're dealing with. These changes, this change that has come in. So let me explain why we're into this new frequency. We have been in this Capricorn frequency this whole time. All these years we've been in this Capricorn status. Now, what is Capricorn? I'm Capricorn. I'm very organized. I need structure. I need goals. I need everything organized to a point, like family, marriage, food, scheduling. Everything has its spot in its place. Now we're getting into today a whole new age, a whole new era. We're getting into the Aquarius. And what is Aquarius? Aquarius is freedom, unity, coming together. Whereas it's not separated. So like when you get married, you separate from your family and you're now with your husband and your family and everything's separated. Aquarius, you're going to start seeing people breaking up. You're going to see a lot of breakups. You're going to see a lot of splitting up. You're going to start seeing relationships splitting apart. You're going to start seeing just people having enough of the relationship they've been in. When you have somebody that you're giving up your own peace just to keep the balance in the relationship. What was that? When you have an unbalancing in a relationship, eventually you're going to break and you're going to be like, enough is enough. I can't do this anymore. You cannot sacrifice your own peace for another person. That was the whole Capricorn matrix. Now we're into this new age of Aquarius where you're going to want somebody that's more like you, and you want somebody that balances with your energy and you get along like your best friends and you're not going at each other or you're not bending so that person's happy. You cannot sacrifice your own peace for somebody else, okay? It's not going to work. Eventually it's going to break, and now we are in the matrix where this programming that you all have been under for so long is starting to crumble. It's getting to the point where they are even mocking your intelligence. Let me use an example. You go into a mall and there's arrows, or there's signs that say 6 feet apart. If there's a virus going around and it's airborne and it's getting into the skin, 6 feet apart and wearing these cloth paddings and following arrows because the COVID doesn't know to take that way, because if you go this way you might get COVID. They're mocking the intelligence of the human race. Now I'm probably going to have somebody say to me, well, you can't say that because you might get. I had it twice. A lot of you people probably have not seen me around on Facebook in the last 3 weeks?
At least 3 weeks.
At least 3 weeks. My team has just been kind of just throwing up shop stuff. It's not been really me talking. It's because I've been sick. I got COVID. And now people are going to be saying, okay, well, what is it? Okay, now, when we first talked about COVID, I explained to you guys it is the radiation coming from the towers. It's being absorbed into the skin. And even the health department admitted that the radiation being absorbed into the skin is coming off like COVID symptoms. Now, there's the reason I was given the COVID again. I'm gonna wait till he stops tapping. The reason I got COVID again was to see a difference. I got COVID, now get this is the weird part. I got COVID last year at the same exact time. And again, this year, same exact time. Just a year apart. And there's a reason why. With this COVID, I had different symptoms. I didn't have the same COVID symptoms as I did the first time. These symptoms, I didn't have a taste and I don't have a smell. And I haven't had it for 3 weeks and I still don't have it. Like, somebody could literally, and not to be gross, could fart right next to me and I would have no idea. Which I'm using that as an example because that literally happened in our house. Vader, our big dog, his farts will clear out a room and they stink horrendously to the point where you have to light candles. It's so bad. I cannot smell a thing coming from his little tuchus. Cannot smell a thing. And there's Justin going like this. Cover up, Vader farted. And I'm like, yeah, I got nothing. Okay, it is that bad. So I started talking to Maria and I'm like, why are my symptoms different? Why do I not have the same symptoms as I did last time? And she said, because they're putting something into the air because they have to make it look more real now. They have to make it look real. Because remember, they kept saying all these people were in hospitals, but when you went to a hospital, it was empty. Now all of a sudden, there's a bunch of people in the hospitals. And on top of that, to even throw it on top of the cake, our intelligence being mocked, they took a vaccine, went on TV, and the cap is still attached to the vaccine. They were not even giving the vaccines, legitly. And you have to kind of ask yourself, why isn't the cap off? Because they want you to take this vaccine, but the person in the seat is not legitly getting the vaccine. Okay? Who am I thinking? Nancy Pelosi. I'm just going to say that. Go watch her video. You can see the cap is still on. So if the cap is still on and she won't take the vaccine, think about if you should be doing it. Okay? I want to stay on track. I'm going to look at my notes. Okay. So we are in a crumbling matrix right now. The 3D matrix is crumbling before us. It's decomposing, it's leaving. Now, why are we getting all these symptoms? There's two reasons why we're getting these symptoms. Why we're getting aches and pains, why our heads are hurting, we're thirsty, we're doing eating meat or eating a meal, and then right after you get real sick. You feel heavy, you just don't feel right after you eat, right? Excuse me. There's two reasons that's happening. One, the physical matrix is decomposing. As your soul is living through the body, it's decomposing it down. It feels like the body is dying as you are still living in it. This is very true. The body is slowly decomposing and leaving this matrix so that your soul can elevate to the more Atlantean life, the 5D, coming into 7th dimension. Okay, we are going to slowly start making our way from 5th to 7th. And I'm actually getting this information right now as I'm talking to you. I didn't know that we were going into 7th until right now. Atlanteans didn't have a actual physical body. It was a plasma outline of a body with the soul encompassed into the plasma. I would say a liquidy, but you can't pull the liquid, but it looks like a liquid, but you couldn't pull on the liquid. It's a solid plasma, if you can wrap your head around that. This 3D matrix is breaking apart. Now, if you don't resonate with what I'm saying right now, it is because you are still in the 3D mindset programming. And coming live, I am going to try to help you guys break out of the 3D program of control. We are going from fear to love. Fear to love. Now see my fingers right here? Maria wants me to kind of show this level. See how fear is lower than the first finger? Because we are raising above. You cannot, with love, you cannot get anywhere near fear. It has a big gap. It's too heavy. It's too weighed down. You can't have both, okay? We are coming out of fear and raising up to love. Now, this is the exciting part. This is the part that you're going to learn here and nowhere else, okay? There is a Bethlehem star shining in the sky. The star of rebirth of Christ. Christo consciousness, okay? Some of you might call it crystalline, some of you might call it Christ. It is Christo consciousness. Today, winter solstice started. Yule started. And the portal to the age of Aquarius, the golden age, has opened. The portal has opened. The star of Christ, birth, and the portal of Aquarius. What does it bring in? Christ. He's not coming physically. He's coming energetically. He is here now. He is here now. The Christ star was to bring in Christ through the portal. Do you guys get this? Are you putting two and two together? Okay. The winter solstice is giving it enough time to settle into your systems until we hit spring. That's why it happened now during the winter long days, okay? And then we go into these long days that prepare us for spring and new revival, new abundance, okay? All right, so he is here. Yay, he's here. I wanted to cry when I found out. There's going to be a lot of plot twists. You're going to see things crumbling around you. You're going to think that you're losing your mind, and you're not. The 3D is crumbling. The 5th dimension is coming. We cannot have Christ come in unless we are at a higher vibration of 5th dimension or more. Okay? 5th dimension was at one point, and then Capricorn energy came in and slug it back down. And now we're getting back up. The Atlanteans are a prime example. Okay, now I want to get into the planes. Okay, I don't want to skip over anything. This portal is to bring you into a higher state of consciousness, okay? A lot of you have been probably hibernating or sleeping a lot. Or you maybe have been doing what Yvonne's been doing, cleaning a lot. She's been doing nothing but cleaning. And I've been doing nothing but sleeping. Because I've been trying to get ready for this.
In between sleeping and eating.
Right. It's like in between eating, sleeping, and cleaning. Okay? Your bodies are going into 5th dimension. And I don't want to keep repeating myself, but I want to keep putting this into your mindset to understand that you are being guided by your guides. Now, let me give you an example. When I said to stay away from TVs, get away from media, and this even means social media, I'm going to use Yvonne as an example. Yvonne does not do social media. When you guys inbox me, you're talking to my team. You're not talking to me. You're not talking to her. She doesn't do social media. Maria, Sally, all them guys, they do the media stuff. So you're talking to them. Because I can't do it. Because if somebody's trying to get a reading and they just sent me a whole novel, I can't do the reading. You just gave me everything. Don't do that. That's not how our reading's done. I need to know I got it from spirit and not you. So shut the trapper. Okay? And just say, hey, I need a reading. Okay? Don't give a whole like dates and times and who you want to talk to. Don't do that. Okay? You guys all know that I give it to you bluntly. Because if I don't give it to you bluntly, then I'm just wasting my breath and your time. Okay? So I'm always going to tell you how it is. So shut the trapper and stop telling people things when you're going to get a reading. They should be the one talking, not you. Okay, second. So Yvonne does not watch TV. Or not watch TV. Do social media.
In any way, shape, or form.
Any way, shape, or form. And we've been so busy because I've been sick that we've been trying to catch up on shipments and orders and... Okay, Sally's inboxing me. So she's been going through this whole like message guidance with her guides through her mind, and her and I haven't been able to talk about what she's been thinking about. She says, I keep thinking about all this stuff. It wasn't until today we've had off and I've been able to actually sit down and talk to her that everything I've been saying, because I was telling her some of the stuff I would be talking to you guys about. And she had said, this is all the stuff I've been thinking about. And I go, no, you're being guided. And she's like, I didn't get it from media, news, nowhere. It's just in my mind. I'm talking with myself. This is your guides talking to you. If you can take all the background noise of social media, news, friends, family, anything, and you just sit with your mind and talk to your guides, you're going to get the information that I'm getting. It might be on a different level. It might not be as intense as what I'm getting, but you're going to get these answers. You're going to get, one of the biggest things that she pointed out was she kept feeling like she wasn't supposed to be eating meat. And I said, yeah, because Christ would not want you eating his animals. So he's slowly going to start decompressing that out of your, that program that you need meat in your system, out of your soul and out of that programming, that matrix programming. Our bodies were solely to survive on plants, berries, tomatoes, these kind of things. Things that he planted in the ground that grew up to give us food. He didn't say, attack my animals and eat the animals. I made them to either entertain you, love you, give you compassion when you're feeling alone. But I didn't say slaughter them and eat them for food. Which is why a lot of you guys are feeling sick right after you eat meat. Because he's decompressing it out of your system. No, that's the matrix. Can you turn that? Sorry. It's like bouncing off and getting louder as it comes in. You know how this works.
I know how it works. I'm on it.
You're going to go more vegan or vegetable, fruits and vegetables kind of thing. Yes, September, exactly. You're going to devour a salad like it's candy because your body's just going to be like, oh my God, this is so good. So just go with it. Let it happen. Okay. So yeah, you're going to slowly see yourself not wanting to eat things. I think the last thing your body is going to start decompressing away from is fish. I think what's going to happen is you're going to go from steak to chicken, and then you're going to slowly start migrating to salmon, and like fish-based substances. And then eventually that's going to start decompressing out of you as well. But it's almost like they slowly break you down to get you to it's kind of like when you take a pill and you're trying to get off that pill, you have to wean yourself off. That's kind of what your guides are going to start doing with you with meat. It's going to slowly wind you down off those substances. So, I want to make sure I'm not missing anything. Our storyline is getting old. This matrix storyline is getting very, very old. And I see a lot of people becoming very frustrated with the storyline that they've had to deal with and put up with this whole time. If you concentrate more on your guides, you're going to start guiding yourself. It's basically what reality, not matrix, what reality do you want to be in? Some of you are going to keep sticking yourselves in this storyline of, I need somebody to tell me what to do, leadership, or we're going to come into this 5 dimension of unity where, and I'm just going to put it out there, it's going to be a bartering system where it's not going to be about money. It's going to be, my gifts are going to help you and your gifts are going to help me. And you're going to start seeing a lot of your missions altering, and you're going to start seeing yourselves getting into different hobbies, different unique things, like almost like your real abilities are coming out. I'm going to give you an example. A student of mine from a while back, Kirsten, was set on, I have to be a healer, I have to be a healer. But it just was never working out for her. She suddenly started getting into this hobby of baking goods. Is it baking? It's not baking, is it?
Like baking cookies.
Baking cookies and things. It's like different pastries you probably wouldn't see. Like, I saw the coolest thing that she made, and I actually ordered a couple because I wanted to try them. But it's some kind of like little cookie that when you put it in water, it dispenses in like the
chocolate chip
marshmallows. A bunch of these marshmallows pop out of it, and the cocoa comes out of it, and you're like, oh my God, this is so cool. I've never seen this before. She created that. That is the coolest thing ever. She found something in her mission that she wasn't aware of, and she let her guides guide her during this frequency that we've been in, and she finally found, yes, Linda, thank you, cocoa bombs. That's her mother, Linda Blair. And she's now selling these things. So I asked for like 5 of them because I wanted to try them. But I just thought they were the coolest things. So she made them, and I was like, she is finally seeing herself and finally coming into her mission. Like, she's coming in. She's finally not grasping at strings like, I have to do what she's doing. I have to do what they're doing. She's doing her own thing. That was part of her mission. Stop copying everybody else. Find your niche. Find your niche and go after it. Let your guides guide you to your niche. Just because everybody and their mother right now thinks they're a sudden medium or a spiritual communicator doesn't mean you have to follow in suit. Find your own niche, okay? Okay, so I've been seeing a lot of different timelines, different outcomes, different things happening, and Maria kept telling me, stop fixating on timelines. Like, some of you want to know the timeline with Biden. Others of you want to see the timeline with Trump. And really, she's getting to the point where she's like, does it really matter? Because we're going into a 5th dimension reality where there is no leader. Can you wrap your head around the thought of no president? And that might be why I kept feeling like the last president. Because this 5th dimension is about the people coming together and not controlling themselves, but coming together in unity and not having so much of a leader. It might be even just a mediator that works out situations. And it's not so much somebody telling us all the time what to do. We're going to start getting away from the whole us paying them taxes, which, by the way, a lot of you guys probably don't know, is extremely illegal. It's in the Constitution. Paying taxes is illegal. And I feel like if everybody stood up and was like, you're making us go against our own Constitution, they cannot throw everybody in jail. So, and Sherry, that's funny you say that, because I just got a new guide. And the funny thing is, her name is Marie. So now I got to figure out Marie. And she's an artist from, what year was that we found her? Yeah, look that up real quick. I can't remember what year, but I was doing an Akashic reading this week. I was finishing up an Akashic reading this weekend that was getting sent out on Sunday. And she revealed herself when I was doing the past life regression for this Akashic session. And I was like, oh my gosh, that explains everything. Because I've been on this kick of doing watercolors, and Eden moved all of her furniture out of her bedroom. So it gave me a whole room. I was just going to do another office again in the house, because I lost my office when she moved back. So it's kind of been floating around the house doing live feeds. And my office was at the shop. So I ordered a art desk, and I ordered all this art stuff, and I'm like, what the hell is wrong with me? Like, I have time to sit and do watercolors, like, seriously? So, but I've been feeling like this, it's leading to somewhere, like this watercolor, this, I'm going to be making my own paints from earth, like taking blueberries and making it into paint. And then I saw us selling this stuff at the shop. Like, I'm making the paints, and I wanted the shop to be artistic crystal atmosphere, where you can take your crystals to inspire you, and take the crystal earth-based paints and paint with them, and bring all that energy together and form it into this amazing experience on your canvas. So nice to meet you too, Linda. So I wanted to bring this, and I know this is part of I know it's going somewhere. I know that my mission is changing. I'm getting these different guides coming in and out, and Marie has been with me since the middle of me getting COVID, but I couldn't figure out what was going on. I just kept getting a different kind of communication, and she revealed herself during a live feed, or an Akashic reading. I'm sorry. What year?
1894 she was born.
1894 she was born. She led me right to her. It was crazy. I was able to see her name, look up her biography. I didn't want to look too much into her, but I wanted her to tell me kind of what was going on with her. Like, she told me that she changed her name because of another artist that changed it for her, that felt it fit her better. She went from Marie to Suzanne. I'm like, why would you go to Suzanne? Marie is so much better. But anyway, I don't like getting implanted. I like to just hear it from them. So I didn't read too much into her stuff. And the funny thing is, she kept painting this cat that looks like my cat at home, our Sydney. He looks identical. It was just so weird. I just thought that was really weird. So, getting back, I'm getting off track now. We're going to start pulling away from our need to be always right. I see this a lot on Facebook, and if somebody were to ask me what is one of my pet peeves, I would think at the top, it would be one of those people that constantly has to be right on a post, and then you sit back and go, who the hell cares? As long as you're getting the information and people are enjoying it, why do you have to be that one person in the whole group that goes, fact check. That was 3 years ago. Who cares if it was 3 years ago? Do you read books from 3 years ago and still enjoy them? Yes, of course you do. So I'm sorry, but that is probably one of my biggest pet peeves, is somebody that has to be always right and make sure that they tell you that they are right. That is the ego playing in on just ruining everybody's fun and enjoying something. It's just, calm down. That ego is going to start coming down. So, and we get a lot of those on some of my posts. But okay. You're going to start going inside yourself and away from the outside distracting noise. You're going to start pulling away from, and when I say body snatchers, you're going to start seeing people around you changing. They're going to be more, they're going to come from the heart more. Like, I started noticing it a little bit with Justin. He cleans my car off. He went downstairs, got my boots, got my socks, laid it all nice by the door for me, making me chili, making me chips one day, like nacho chips. He just brought it in and I was like, what's this? And he's like, a snack. And I was like, aren't you eating? And he's like, no, I just thought you'd be hungry. What? So yeah, just, he's been like different. And I know it's the energy working through him. It's slowly just, he's coming from his heart chakra. And you're going to see that a lot with people around you. You're going to think it's like the movie of the body snatchers. Like, you're going to think that there's a bunch of spiritual walk-ins that just suddenly showed up around you. You're going to notice them coming from a more loving point of view, and they're not going to be as frustrated, angry. You're going to start seeing a lot of this like forgiveness going on. You're going to start falling away from the ego and hatred and this holding on to grudges, these things. Now see, Trisha, you're getting again stuck in the 3D dimension of I need a leader. I need somebody to tell me what to do. You got to get out of that time frame. You got to decompose it, because at this point it doesn't matter if it's Biden or Trump. On the timeline we've been on, it's been Trump. He is to calm the 3D down. He is actually the one causing the breakdown of the matrix. He is the biggest cause of it, which is good, because we need to break down that system so that we can get to 5 dimension. Well, we are in it now. This is why you're seeing a lot of this weird crap going on, that you're just sitting back going, wow, did they think we are stupid? Well, yeah, because they think, because it's crumbling, they think it's easy to do whatever okay, basically what Maria's saying is, they've been doing this the whole time. It's just a lot of you guys are waking up to it, and you're finally, it's like that relationship you're in Whereas these tactics would have worked before, where you would get into a fight with your boyfriend and all of a sudden, you know, he brings you flowers and you guys make up, and it's this whirlwind of this cycling of you're breaking up flowers, breaking up flowers, breaking up flowers. And eventually you stand back and he tries to do that tactic again, and you're sitting back going, you are ugly to me. Like, this is not working anymore for me. Like, I'm done. That's the point you're at. The government is your relationship right now. Like, you're in this relationship with the government. You are finally waking up to all the little tactics they've been trying to pull off this whole time. And you're finally saying, yeah, I'm done with this. I'm over it. And Trump is the one showing you. He's basically lifting the curtain and going, see what's been going on this whole time? He's awake, and he's trying to make everybody around him awake, which is actually working. He's actually a genius at it. So, I have the exact same curtains Bella said. These are Yvonne's curtains. I love them. They're so country. I love country stuff. So, yes, Nita, it's a breakup with the government. It's basically like, we've had enough of your tactics. We're done. We're over it. We're going to move on now to bigger and better things. And that's what we're doing right now. Okay. It is going to come to a survival of our own race. And we're going to, and what you'll start to notice is when it comes to that point, you're going to start uniting with other people. You're going to start to notice that you're going to need other people, and you start, people are just going to start supporting each other. They're not going to look to a leader to tell them what to do anymore. They're going to look to each other. Like, how can I help you so that you can help me? It's going to be this back and forth of uniting each other. Coming together and uniting and understanding that you're surviving together. It's unplugging from the chaotic and the deprogramming. You're going to start deprogramming. One of the things that did jump out at me through my conversations with Maria was that a lot of the star seeds that came here to assist with this portal are either going to stay for the long haul of it till you guys are fully aligned and adapted to it, and there's some of us that are going to start leaving. I don't know if I'm on that list yet. I thought it was kind of interesting that she even brought it up to me, which kind of gives me a heads up of like what's about to happen. Like today, after telling me that, today I almost got hit by a bus. I got hit by, he bumped my bumper, like the front of my bumper. He almost took my whole front bumper out. Basically, he just come around the corner and was not stopping. I literally had to back up and go around him, and there was a cop sitting right there. I had to pull out in front of traffic, basically. He just was not stopping. And then it got worse from there. I'm like coming to Yvonne's house, and I went to go get Maxie's meds, and this SUV just like come flying up the street, and I wasn't really seeing because it was a hill. And he realized I was there and he had to stop. I'm sitting there going, hey, I'm not afraid to die. But can you stop with like the abrupt freak me out moments? Because that's, calm down. So if you're going to take me out, just do it quick. Just don't freaking scare me while you're in the midst of doing it. So it is what it is. When you immediately go to fear, like I did with the car, I'll give you an example with the bus. Immediately, I actually, the bus isn't even a good example. It was the car that kind of freaked me out. And it wasn't so much that he was going to hit me. It was the fact that I wasn't expecting it. I was kind of like, what? I jumped. It was freaked me out for a second. I'm like, what is that? But the bus, I was actually uniquely like very calm when it was happening. And then after it happened, I kind of was just like, okay, I got to pull over and just collect my thoughts, because what the hell just happened? That bus just almost took me out. What the fuck? So, but it was like, it was weirdly calm. I was more like, what are you doing? My face is like up in my windshield at his like windshield up above me. And I'm like, what are you doing? Are you in the 3D still? Will you wake up?
I believe that.
He probably didn't even see me. I was probably in the 5th dimension. He was just like, oh, there's a car there. Oh, okay. So again, it goes back to when you go into fear, remember who you are. And what reality do you want to ascend to? What realm of reality do you want to ascend to? Okay. So we want to drink a lot of water. Maria said to drink lots of water. It's important to drink a lot of water so that the body and the soul, because remember, water is your food, the soul to your food. And that's why you're constantly thirsty, is because the soul is trying to align with the frequency here. So the more water you give it, the more calm, if you notice, the more calm it becomes, like with the water. It's very peaceful. You can be so extremely influential with the people you're around. You can influence them. You don't have to be a TV star. You don't have to be this great podcast. You don't have to be this great, amazing, well-known person. You simply influencing the people around you. And it's not even like forcing them to believe you. It's you just simply being an inspiration and a bright light in their life, that you're making an effect on them. You, Emily, when I mean realm of reality, 3rd dimension is control. It's not of love. It's of fear, ego, and control. 5th dimension is unity, coming together as a people, coming together as a race in love. There's 2 different realities going on. And it's which reality are you going to stick with? Are you going to stay in 3D? Or are you going to rise above and head on in to the 5th dimension, which the portal has opened now, today? Okay, it is here. Our loved ones have never been closer. The veil is extremely thin right now. It's at the thinnest it's ever been. And you can experience so much spirit in your everyday life that, I mean, if you just sit back and you just take the time to notice like the little things that are happening around you. And I'm going to use another example. There was a girl that reached out to me and she said, can you explain this whole matrix thing to me? Because I think I might have experienced it. She said she was watching a show that she normally watches. The show's about 60 minutes, I think she said. Don't quote me, but about 60 minutes in. And she said she fell asleep and she woke up to the show being in the beginning stages of her just watching it. It should have been almost over by now, but it almost was like it rewinded itself and went back to the beginning and she was watching it again. She said it freaked her out that she changed the channel. And when she went back to the other channel, which it should have still had about, she said about 15 minutes left into it. She said she waited about 3 minutes, went back to it, and the show was off the air. And she said it makes no sense because it still had 15 more minutes to play, and it was another show playing. So, and don't quote me on the times because I'm just trying to explain to you kind of what she was explaining with the I said, yeah, you experienced a glitch in the matrix because it's crumbling. This matrix, the 3D matrix, is crumbling. It's breaking down. What is that?
It may be the dog.
Is he over there? Oh yeah, yes, never mind. Okay, things disappearing, maybe reappearing somewhere else. Yeah, things like that. Big thing, guys. You cannot get to the light unless you walk through darkness, unless you have experienced some kind of event in your life that caused some kind of sadness, depression, tragedy. When you walk into a room, do you not walk into a dark room and then flick on a light? Because you have to walk through dark to appreciate the light and understand the light. You have to understand that with these bad times through the Capricorn frequency, it brought you to now this Aquarius understanding of these great abundances that are coming into your life. This is such an amazing time, and you, every single one of you, has asked to be here. Yes, there's a lot of death taking place right now because there's a lot of people that cannot handle this frequency and don't want to be here for this vibration. They don't want to be here for this new wave of high vibration. Like it's going to be really high. That's why a lot of you guys are having the headaches and the neck pain, because this frequency hits the third eye and it comes up through the system from the ground, earth, ground up. Okay. And it hits what? Your third eye. That's why you're going to get pain here, and pain on your back, in your neck. What was I just saying? Aren't you listening?
I was thinking about when you said about the third eye.
Yeah.
Because I'm like laying in bed at night, where I'm laying down and I'm real still. I can actually feel like
Vibrating.
a vibrating right here going on, and I go like this,
Vibrating.
like what's going on? And it just feels like a vibrating, but it's not till I'm really still and my eyes are closed can I feel this vibrating, and I've been feeling it a lot lately.
The coolest thing that happens to me is I'll be laying in bed and I'll just wake up and the bed's vibrating. And it dawns on me, that's me. I'm vibrating. I'm vibrating the bed. I am my own vibrator. No kinkiness. But yes, yeah, you're going to start to feel the vibration. If you just calm your physical to the point where your soul's pushing through, your spirit's pushing through, you will feel that slight vibration. And this is who you are. This is your soul pushing through. It's your database. Your third eye is your collector. It is basically your hidden camera that records everything that you experience. And then you take that recording and you view it when you go to heaven. And you view it because you're trying to learn from the experiences that you obtained through your experiences here. And you don't feel just what you felt, but you're going to feel everything that everybody around you felt as well during those experiences. That's the whole point of the third eye, recording everything. It's your database, it's your download. And then when you go back, you review everything you recorded. That's what the third eye is. It's your recording camera. These dark beings that are here that have been controlling humanity, they're starting to lose control. They know that they're starting to lose control, but they're trying any tactics they can now, even rigging elections to get their way. And now we're becoming awake to them rigging elections that have always been rigged, by the way. They've always been rigged. It's just nobody took the time to cast it out and show it to everybody like Trump has. He was very prepared for this coming. This is why we're seeing it. Either you're going to think a lot or you're going to feel a lot. And if you're thinking a lot, it means your guides are talking to you a lot. If you're feeling a lot, it means your empathic side is trying to align with what's going on. Go with what you're feeling. Go with what you're thinking, because obviously you're being guided with either one frequency. Either you're being guided with your mind or you're being guided with your feelings. The 5G towers are extremely damaging. They have an electrical frequency that damages the body. And I've spoken on this many times, and it's not good. It actually is a dense frequency that we are going to start learning to rise above. Just like illnesses, you can heal yourself. Like, you're getting those headaches, you're getting those neck pains. If you want to take your jewelry off, don't have your jewelry on, okay? I'm going to just keep it on for the show. But you basically cup your hands like you're getting water from a stream, okay? And you go like this. You start here, wherever your head is hurting. You can even do this, But to start out, because you might be new to this and you haven't done this before, you want to start out like this. And just kind of work your hands around your head. Now you're going to start to feel like your hands are heating up, or maybe even get sweaty. And then all of a sudden you start feeling your head heating up, and you might even feel like tingling or warmth, or maybe a slight vibration. And just work yourself around. You can do the sides of your neck. You can even go like this. When I get throat heartburn, because I get a lot, I actually go like this as if I was choking myself, and I make sure there's no gaps. There's no gaps. And I do this, and actually my heartburn goes away until I go like this, and then I start feeling it again, and I'm like, okay, I need another dose. So I cut my hands, make sure there's no gaps, and I lay like that. Sometimes I fall asleep. But yeah, it gets rid of, I get really bad throat heartburn. But you can heal yourself. Trump won over Hillary because God granted that to happen, so that we get on the timeline that we are currently on, which is a reality of what is really happening. Hillary actually tried to rig that election, and it backfired on her, because Trump was meant to be in that position. He was anointed as the trumpet of God to trumpet in and sound the frequency we are currently in, to break down. If you did a trumpet so loud in front of a window and it was at the right frequency, that window is going to eventually shatter and break. Make sense? Okay. You can call it Carol, you can call it Reiki, but it is your own. I think somebody took that commodity and started saying, hey, if you pay so much, you can learn how to do this. When you're a mother and your child hurts their knee, what's the first thing you do? Right? Or you go like this with their head. It's okay. You immediately want to go cup your hands, correct? You immediately want to use your hands to make them feel better. That is an embedded healing that's already encoded on your DNA as a soul, okay? Okay, I already spoke on that stuff. Okay, big thing that a lot of people ask me is like, am I on the right mission? Am I on the right path? And again, I want to go back and make you guys understand that there is no wrong, there is no right. That is just you having an experience, you're recording everything, and you take it back and understand what you learned. There is no right, there is no wrong, okay? See, the thing is, Michelle, when you need healing yourself, if you go and try to heal somebody, you're actually reciprocating that healing back to you. Healing kind of circulates like this, and everybody that's involved gets the healing. It's kind of unique. It's really neat. And you can actually heal yourself with your hands. If you just cup one hand and wait for the frequency to hit, you'll start to feel like a subtle vibration or something's going on, and then switch hands. Do this hand and see how the healing is recycling, going in a circle. Okay, I already talked about that. One thing I want to explain is when you do have a loved one that passed, because you're going to start seeing a lot of these loved ones leaving. It's a mass leaving of a lot of fur babies and people leaving. Animals are leaving, people are leaving. They feel that they can assist humanity's evolution from the other side. That's why they're leaving the way they are. Their assistance is more beneficial to us as a race, to you as the loved one, to them on the other side. which is why they are leaving, okay? If they're staying, they're meant to be here to go through all this with us. Always trust your intuition and understand. Again, I'm going to go back to the fact, and some of you might have just came on, and you won't hear this information anywhere else. It's going to be right here. The birthing star of Bethlehem with the portal of the conjunction of the Aquarius opening today with the winter solstice and the Yule, all happening in alignment today because Christ is the present. We got a big, huge present today. The Christo consciousness is here. Now, I know a lot of people were like, oh, Christ is going to return. We're going to see him in the physical. No. His return is energetic. He arrived today. He is here now. The portal opened. The Christ star of awareness is shining in our skies, letting us know he has arrived. Everything's going to start crumbling before your eyes from this point on. You are not going to be used to the things that are about to hit. It is going to be a plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. He has arrived. He is here. Pretty amazing. That is why all this is happening. I was getting a lot of messages asking, why is all this happening? What is everybody talking about this 12/21, 12/21? It didn't dawn on me until Maria took the star and aligned it with the sun and the portal that opened within our sun. That's where the portal opened, by the way. I don't know if a lot of you know that. She took it and put it together. And I was like, holy crap. He is here. He arrived today. That is crazy. Which is why a lot of the people around you are going to work from here, the heart. Now, see how I went like this? My arrow is going down. Okay, this is in a form of the female anatomy. This is birth, rebirth, and creation. Okay, now I go here to my third eye, which is the anatomy of the male organ. Now, if I go like this, and I go like this, a lot of people don't understand this. I think when people see the symbol, they freak out. So Maria had showed me this, and I was like, oh my gosh. She's so funny, I love her. So we've got the female anatomy, and we've got, okay, wait, I'm doing it wrong. What does it look like? And the Pagan Star.
It is the Pagan Star.
The Pagan Star, the Star of David, the star that everybody says is Wiccan, and it represents Wiccan. It represents the female and the male anatomies, the male and female in unity, duality, neutrality. It is the male and female combination. It is not a Wiccan star. It's not a pagan star. The pagans had obtained this information and started making it their symbol because they understood the balance between male and female. The female open wound. How am I doing this? Sorry guys, I'm messing it up. The female. Okay. When you look at, Maria just put the painting in front of me, Leonardo da Vinci's painting of the Last Supper. If you see, there's a gap between Jesus and Mary Magdalene.
I know, I saw that.
It's the female, okay? It's the downward. Mm-hmm. When you take Mary Magdalene out of that position and you put her on the other side of Jesus, her head lovingly caresses and just adapts to his body. perfectly, like a puzzle piece put together. A lot of you don't understand that I am the soul of Mary Magdalene. This is why I get the understanding of what is happening. So yes, this is the male and female symbol of duality, neutrality, and unity through love and coming together in love. Okay. Okay, let's talk about light codes download. Our DNA, our human DNA is adjusting, which is why a lot of you guys are feeling so tired. And yes, it almost does look like a Merkaba, Rebecca. What was I like before my accident? Christina was Christian, Catholic, and she was very religion based. Studied the Bible very hardcore. Did a lot of church activities, Bible studies, things like this. She believed in protecting Eden. She wouldn't really let Eden do too much. I give Eden more freedom. Or I did before she moved out. Honestly, I think you would have to ask the people around her that knew her. But she was very worried about her looks. She was constantly doing selfies. That was something that actually Carly told me. Because she's like, you don't do any of that. She used to do all that. She's like, she was obsessed with her looks. To me, I could care less. I mean, look good on live, but half the time, like every other day, I'm not washing my hair. It's dry shampoo, up it goes. All right, I'm good. So yeah, I think you would have to add, like, I would love to get Carly. Carly was her best friend. I would love to get Carly on a live feed, but Carly's in California. She is a professor in psychology. And she actually came to me a lot with some of the, when she found out I was a walk-in, when we actually sat down and talked, she's like, oh my God, this makes so much sense because you are not her. And she had actually started getting walk-ins to her. And she's like, I don't know how to help them. She's like, I like, this girl came to me, said that her birthday was, like, my birthday's tomorrow. But technically, my coming here was January 5th of 2009. So technically, I guess my birthday would be the 5th of January. So, which isn't too far off. I don't have to wait that long for presents. Just saying. No. If anybody wants to get me anything. I'm honestly kidding. Don't do anything. I like Michael gift cards. No, just I did that to Justin. I go, he was walking past me like this, and I was watching TV. I go, hey, yeah, so if you want to get me anything for Christmas, you can get me a Michael's gift card. That's how I did it. I was like, wink, wink. I need paint. So yeah, that was our flyby Christmas list. But anyway, I don't even know where I was going with this. Where was that? What was I talking about?
You got off topic.
I got off topic again. I always do that. I have like really bad ADD.
Look at your notes. That's where you started from.
Okay, so light codes. I want you guys to sit and be extremely honest with yourself. Okay? Oh, thanks, guys. Oh, you say Hobby Lobby, but Hobby Lobby is like, what, an hour and a half away from us?
No, it's just down Altoona.
Yeah, which is like an hour and a half, right?
No.
Oh.
25 minutes.
Get out of here.
No.
From here it is. But from my house, it's like an hour and 10. I don't know. I go slow. I drive slow.
Oh, yeah, she does.
So anyway. Oh, yeah, Carly and walk-ins. So, yeah, so Carly started getting these walk-ins into her sessions, and she looked to me for guidance because she didn't know how to help them. She's like, I don't know why all of a sudden I'm getting these walk-ins ever since I found out you're a walk-in. So I'm like, you're meant to help them, or they wouldn't be sitting in front of you. But okay, so I want you guys to sit I don't want you guys doing anything. I just want you to sit and say it out loud if you can. If there's people around, you can do it in your head. But I want you to literally be honest with yourself, get with yourself, and I want you to sit there and say, I am a celestial being. I honor my new path. This is what you need to be saying to yourself. Stop listening to negative comments, decompress from all that stuff, and you keep repeating to yourself, I am a celestial being and I honor my new path. Okay? Okay. A celestial portal marked an opening today. Okay? The dawn of the new Aquarius. We're just going to repeat a little bit for those of you that just arrived. Okay? Tressa says it takes her 47 minutes to get to my shop. Okay, so I might be off a little bit. But from my house, it takes a while. I go slow.
I know you do.
The new 5D Earth has been rebirthed today. We're on this new path. The cosmic gates have been finally opened for us. The way the Atlanteans had lived, we're starting to get back. Every 24,000 years, a new frequency hits a realm. Doesn't matter what planet you're on. I could be on my planet of Kalinia, and 24,000 years later, we would raise our vibrations and our paths would start adapting to something new. Very good, Rebecca. You are being upgraded as a sentient being. And Earth's solar system is going through a divine order, okay? A divine order. Several major cosmic cycles are going to come to a close, and new ones are going to historically point to the eons of darkness. They're going to start focusing in on those eons of darkness that have been basically putting everybody in humanity under their thumb, okay? They are going to start focusing, and the Earth is going to start finally moving past that darkness and go back into this glorious light of astrology, an astral sun. Now, the biggest thing here is it's almost like we went from the moon of Capricorn into the sun, the golden age of Aquarius. We're focusing more on the light of the sun, okay? The light has not been present on Earth since the days of Atlantis, okay? In the star souls of Earth, which is some of us are walk-ins like myself, and some of you have come through as the waves. You are here because you are enduring, and you're here for the long haul of the light of the return, okay? So a lot of you some of you star seeds are here to assist with the download to the DNA and just getting people ready, which is why I'm live tonight. A lot of the star, I hate titles. I hate star seeds. I hate that word. I see myself, I'm actually largely called on the spirit realm of things, a galactic representative that's had many lives here. I was Queen Anne Boleyn. I was Lincoln. I come to make changes. I made changes to religion. I made changes to race. I made changes to, again, religion, because when I was Mary Magdalene, what a lot of people don't understand is Christ passed those teachings on to me so that I could prepare women to be equal, unified with their man, with the men in teaching, so that everyone on earth got these teachings, men, women, and children. And the church thought it was above Christ and started changing those teachings. He didn't pass it on to Peter. He passed it on to his wife, which would have been me. What happens when your husband dies? You inherit everything he has, do you not? Why would that be any different? And back then, we didn't have marriages or marriage license. It was when you were together, you were considered together in a marriage sense or a marriage form. I was not married when I had my accident. Okay. Okay, I don't want to go into all this stuff. Like, it's a lot of stuff that you guys might not comprehend. Like, for example, Earth is not round, but actually geocentric and geomagnetic. It's self-containing. It's a self-containing realm and consists of 4 flat rings of physical land beings and beginnings and spirals. Has a spiraling energy that has a 0-point axis at the center of the plane. Now I actually do want to kind of dive deep into this because it goes back to Atlantean and why, basically I'm going to read this, but I'm going to sum it up so that you can understand. Now, when I summed it up for Yvonne, she had a hard time. But let's have a go at this, all right? Basically, you have all these realms, the Mayans, you've had the Atlanteans. They all kind of just disappeared, did they not? They were here once, there's evidence of them being here, and then all of a sudden, gone, okay? Yes, it has a crystalline core. Absolutely, Marlena. Okay, and we're going to get into that deeper. I'll give you what I was being shown, okay? All these different realms didn't just disappear, they advanced and slipped into their new realm, which is what's happening with humans. Remember I said we're just going to slip into a new realm, a new Earth. These are all Earth realms, and they're all working simultaneously. And when that portal opened, it not only downloaded DNA to our realm, but it also downloaded DNA to the the Atlanteans, the Lemurians, the Mayans. They're all raising their vibrations. Wherever they were at, they are now being raised. Their DNA is being altered as well. So all of our realms are simultaneously being affected by this big grand event, which is why they keep saying a big grand event. Okay. Trying to see where Maria wants to take this now. The middle center of this is what's known as the 0-point axis and is what we refer to as the magnetic north. Okay. Beyond the fields of the 3rd dimension energy, the 3D dimension, in the north and south extremities, okay, on the north and south extremities are other extraterrestrial lands or realms, okay, that are inhabited by extraterrestrial civilizations. These coexist on our outer but our inner space. Do you kind of get what I'm saying there? They're on the outer, but within our own space still. Okay? Each one of these Earth dominions or dimensions has their own ecosystem, has their own solar system, has their own unique way of living. They have their own seasons. They resonate with higher frequencies than us. They're at much higher learning because they advanced enough to slip out of Earth into their own Earth. Okay, so you have to think about this. They are more advanced than us. The view from the inside of each one of these earthly realms is as if that is the entire and only world that exists. You're not going to see our world going on if you're in that other dimension. Now, here's the thing. We are going to talk to a galactic being tonight. It's not Marlena. It's not like the other side. It looks like Earth. And they have, I mean, they might, like, the Lemurians obviously have crystalline cities. Like, our cities have brick and concrete, things like that, wood. When I step into the Lemurian realm, I see actual iridescent, maybe that's why I picked these. Maybe it's why I picked these. This is what they look like. You can see right through them, but they look like rainbow glass buildings.
Yes.
And, you know, and they look
shimmery.
like this. They're very shimmery. And it's so weird. I brought these tonight because I'm picking 3 winners who are going to get one of these Angel Aura Quartz points tonight. 3 winners. And how you win is you share this live feed after it's over, or you can share it now. It's up to you. Don't leave. You know, learn as much as you can before you leave. But 3 people are going to win one of these beautiful Angel Aura Clear Quartz towers. Okay? I'm picking 3 people. Okay? All right. Some of these realms they're very humanoid. Like, you wouldn't see the realm of the gray ones here. You wouldn't see my realm here, the Kalinians. We don't have an Earth here. We've never existed on Earth like this. The dinosaurs lived on. They lived with humanoid people, a race of humanoids. They walked side by side. Yes, some of the dinosaurs were dangerous. Others were they were just like big dogs hanging out with you. And they did a lot of the hauling. Like, they did a lot of, you know, helping the humanoids make their civilization. They hauled lots of big trunky trees and things like this. But yes, the dinosaurs lived with humanoids. And they didn't all just die out. A lot of them, you know, were able to survive. And some of the humans were able to survive. Okay, some of these physical races that inhabit these 4 land rings are the Hyperboreans, Lemurians, Atlanteans, the Aryans. I was also showed Polarius as one of the other races. There's supposed to be 4, but I was shown an extra realm of Polarians. And the funny thing is, I get a lot of Polarians in my Akashic readings. I'm starting to see a lot of you Polarians migrating away from your realm and coming into this earth to kind of learn from stuff. And then what you're doing is you're collecting information and then taking it back to Polaria, which is very interesting to me. You guys are like little spies. When I see a Polarian on an Akashic, I'm like, oh, spying, are we? You're here to spy on us, huh? Okay, now, if you could overlay or combine all these ancient cosmic calendars that were left behind, the Mayan calendar, the Lemurian calendar, the Egyptian calendar. Let me see, I know Maria had me write a bunch of these down. Where are they at? Maybe she didn't. I know I wrote some of them down. Maybe she didn't. I know she did, though. That's so weird. Oh, yeah, here. Okay. The Mayan calendar, the Aztec calendar, the Egyptian, the Dendra stone. These are all the left behind calendars that were left behind for us to experience and learn from. And each one of them, it goes back to each one of them showing the 24,000 cycle of a race elevating and raising their vibration. You will also see that each race lasted for exactly 24,000. years. And it's the same going to happen with the human race. They're going to last on this earth for that amount of years, and then they're going to elevate to the new earth and recycle and start all over again. Each race lasts for exactly 24,000 years, where they left their dimension and slipped into the next frequency. Okay. Today, the Kali, oh, I'm not even talking about that. That was, when she talked to me about that, I was like, they are not going to understand that. That's going to be another live feed, because that's a lot of info. Okay. Okay, she did say that today started the first day of the new golden age, which was the first day of the cosmic clock. She kept referring to it as the cosmic clock. Our cosmic clock is starting. The time of planetary alignment has begun. This will all spark a realignment, cosmetic energy, and consciousness within the various domains, meaning all these domains with Lemuria, Atlanteans, the Polarians. A planetary consciousness change, and both Lemuria and Atlantis will rise as well. Okay. These other realms overlapping will fully open and can be crossed in and out freely. Oh, that's what I was getting at. This was my note. You can cross over freely in and out without restraint. And the only reason I'm bringing this up is because when you do this, like tonight when we talk to one of the galactic beings, because I already have about 5 of them here, what's going to happen is I'm going to start going into a different timeline. It will almost be like I'm time traveling. It did, Marlena. I actually took a picture of it, and it's on my wall. The after effects of it, I guess I should say, the layering of it coming into our atmosphere. I actually was able to, Maria kept forcing me to get up. I'm like, I don't want to get up. I'm so tired. She's like, just get up and look. So I looked, oh, wow, is that intense? I was like, okay, get in the camera. I'm taking a picture. So I took a picture for you guys. So when you go to these different realms, when you talk to these different realms, because you are able to talk to these other realms. Yeah, it's on my page, Shauna. You will be able to enter any of these realms, but only if you're ready. If you're not ready, it's not going to happen. You have to be DNA downloadable ready. Rebecca, he's always right beside me. You will be able to enter these realms. Keep in mind that you are, again, time traveling. So the time is going to be extremely different when you cross in and out of these realms. You will either go thousands of years into the future, or you will go thousands of years into the past. It just depends on where you go in that realm and who you're going to talk to. Okay? At the moment these portals are open, everyone on Earth will also see all the different wanderings, the solar systems. What I think a lot of people are not going to catch on to is that tonight and then this morning, I think a lot of people weren't really paying attention to this morning. I certainly wasn't. I'm not a real good morning person. I'll put it out there. I hate mornings. I'm an afternoon kind of person. But tonight, if you can get a chance, what you're going to start seeing is these other realms, solar systems, we're going to get glimpses of them real quick. And then they're going to go back to their realms. It's like almost like the veil lifts real quick and you get to see these weird different like lights in the skies that were never there before. And then all of a sudden they disappear. And they're not alien. It's actually their solar system peeking through and then going back in. This event will emit an energy blast that will begin at the center of the earth. So it will work its way out. Okay. You're getting rays from the sun and then you have the solar blast from the center pushing out. Okay. It will spiral outwards towards the edge and bounce back towards the center over a very short period of time. So it's pushed out already. And now we're going to start seeing it going back in. Okay. This cosmic blast of solar energy will trigger an electromagnetic plasma discharge and release prominent light auras all around the planet during this period. So you might even see this tomorrow night. I would say the first thing you should do is take a picture as soon as you wake up. Just start noticing the sky. If you see something weird, take a picture of it. Keep track of the sky, what it's doing, what its activity, because it's just like a big story book opening up and it's showing you a story of what's happening. Okay. This flash of high vibrational energy will activate dormant DNA, the dormant DNA that lay dormant and now is going to be activated within each one of you. And that's where the whole body snatchers is coming in, where the people around you're not going to start recognizing because they're going to start changing. They're going to start becoming more loving, more of them soul selves. And this DNA, dormant DNA, as it radiates outwards, is giving you a supernatural ability and a heavy increase in conscious awareness. Now, I tried to explain this to Yvonne in the car. I said, people are going to suddenly start getting these super abilities. Things in the movies come from a realm where they are able to in that corner right there. It's like a light. Now stop. It's right where your head is right now. Okay, that was crazy. And we're talking about the flashing. We're talking about solar flashing. And there was flash. Jeez. I just missed something. Is dormant DNA what they also call junk DNA? No, Beverly. This dormant DNA is DNA that was supposed to activate at a certain time, kind of like a bomb's supposed to go off. But this is a good bomb. It's not a bad bomb. This DNA activation is supposed to set off on a certain time at a certain day during a certain event. And the event is now. Okay, so let me get back to... Okay, so your abilities are going to start increasing. You're going to start seeing time. Now, this was another thing me and Maria talked about, was time. Did you ever notice how, you say, oh, my day dragged on, and, maybe your husband was like, oh, it went really super fast for me. We as humans are able to manipulate time. You can speed up your day, or you can slow it down. You don't really realize, I think, that you're doing it, but you are manipulating and manifesting your time, okay? Okay, so the old 3D matrix is already crumbling. However, a complete deconstruction of the old harmful DNA or 3D matrix construct will begin after this event. So you're going to start to see, again, we're going back and we're repeating that this is crumbling. You're going to see plot twist after plot twist after plot twist, and see all these different things. As consciousness levels begin to increase, all old systems will no longer be necessary and it will be completely replaced. You'll start to see humans taking a whole 180 degree turn against their past leaders and masters, and this profound boost in consciousness also boosts their self-confidence in themselves. You're going to start seeing a boost in your self-confidence that you never thought before. All technologies designed to shut down human consciousness are going to be fully neutralized after this event. You're going to start, actually, we started noticing it in my car. How my car is not connecting to my phone to bring my Apple screen up. You're going to start seeing, your phone's not acting right. Our Wi-Fi's are going to be cattywampusy. Media is going to start crashing. Exactly, Beverly. The Matrix, it's just going to start dismantling. And we're going to go back to a higher consciousness where we don't have these things doing these things for us. We're going to start doing it for ourselves. Yes, the flash is to take out these electronics, these satellites and things, okay? The most sensitive light beings will feel this shift the most, and they will feel it more intense. So those of you getting like these intense headaches and nothing seems to work, it is not you. There's not something wrong with you. It is literally what's going on. Okay. Strong positive energies will begin flowing throughout the planet and will manifest inwardly as part of the human civilization. This is where you will begin your journey back home to once again become the complete divine being that you are. Now, this was the message to me that some of us are going to start to leave, and I think this was her message that I might not be staying. I don't know for how long, but the largest super global mass meditation is happening today. You're seeing a lot of meditations going on. You're seeing a lot of live feeds, and you're like, what the heck is going on? Okay. No, that's not Yvonne's head. Yvonne, move this way so they can see your head. Just move towards me. No. There, that's her head. Now move back to where you were. Okay, see, that wasn't her head. They keep seeing somebody and it's not you.
Oh, no, it's not me.
Because she's all the way over here. Like, we have a big gap between us, so she's not here. If you see somebody behind me, it's either going to be Jesus or it's going to be Maria, my guide. And then we also have 5 galactic beings, but they are in the room. They're not going to be behind me. They're going to be outward in front of me. But galactic beings are very different from spirit beings. Galactic beings, it's like having a surround sound on. It sounds like they're coming at me from all around the room. Whereas a spirit, if they're talking to me, they're like to the left of me, or they're to the right of me, or they're in front of me. Galactic beings, it's surround sound. So I don't know where in the room exactly they're going to be because it's coming in at me at all directions, okay? The communication's extremely different. Also, there was something else I wanted to bring up to you guys. Now, this is very interesting. You're not going to hear this anywhere else except here. But I was getting into a conversation with one of Justin's friends who's really getting into spirituality, and he was asking me about spirits and ghosts and things like this. One of the things I just noticed that you guys don't really understand is, you know, when you hear the stories of the woman in white. Oh, you might see, you go to, like, let's say you go to a hotel or something and they say, well, don't be scared. You might see the woman in white. Okay, what's happening here is you have a spirit that's, okay, you have an actual physical being in a different reality, a different timeline, a different earth time, who is dreaming a past life regressional dreaming. Now, I just need you guys to follow me. So let's just say that the woman in white is you. You're sleeping. You're having a dream of going back to this hotel, and the day you died, you were wearing white. And you're going and reviewing that life. Okay, are you following me? Okay. Is everybody following me? Okay. And you're reviewing that life. Now, as you're doing that, someone in a reality stance now is getting a glimpse of you because you keep going back to that area of learning and you're being seen while doing it. That's why half the time they don't pay attention to you. It's almost like it's not a intelligent being. It's just a lady in white that just keeps walking the hallway. She just keeps walking the hallway and she's not looking at anybody. She's not talking to anybody. Okay, it's just random. It's weird. That is because you have somebody that died tragically in that life, they're in another life, and they're dreaming of that life because they're trying to understand how they died, so they keep going back and repeating and repeating and repeating. Nobody has on this earth has ever explained this to you guys in this way. You're hearing it first here. It's in my book. I explain all of it in more depth on how it happens through spiritual understanding, like why does the soul keep doing this? It's really neat. So all of this is going to be in my book. I'll explain it in more depth, like how spirit hauntings correlate with dreaming. Okay, so really cool. It's just really neat. So I was talking to him and I was trying to explain how that works, because he said, he keeps seeing somebody, but they're not talking to him. It's just like there's nothing there emotionally. It's just they just keep showing up. And I tried to explain what was going on. I said, obviously she's trying to figure out what happened to her in that life, and you just keep getting glimpses of her. Another example of this, it's an imprint on the environment. Okay, basically what you have is you have a tragic event that happened, and the way it happened was so tragic it left a repeating energetic mark that if you used devices is the only way you're going to pick up on it. Okay, so it keeps repeating itself. So let's use the Amityville horror house. A team of expert ghost hunting team went in and used these really unique devices. They used these red laser lights that if something would cross it would throw off an alarm. They put one in every room, and they noticed on the first night at, I think it was like 11 or midnight, the alarms would go off simultaneously through the house. It started with the room under the steps of the house, which is where the killer with the axe was first. That's where he hid. Okay, and then it goes through. Each alarm went off through each room. They thought, okay, this has to be a one-time fluke. This is weird. Like we're just probably just picking up like what's going on. They stayed for 3 more nights, and every single night the alarms went off simultaneously through the house, as if the killer was walking from room to room to room to room. This is an energetic imprint that cannot be removed from Earth, only because there were so many souls involved, and they all still need to learn from it. Until every single one of those souls learns from that event, that imprint will not be released from its repeating. Do you understand? This is why we get repeating energy. This is also going to be in my book, and I use the Amityville example as the example in the book, and some other examples to give you guys a better idea of like how this energetically works. This will not, again, these kind of things don't get released until every single soul, and it could take lifetimes to release it. The 9/11 energy, it's going to take a long time to release that energy from repeating. Now, if you put a bunch of machines all around, you'll start to pick up a timeline of the planes hitting and people jumping out of windows and people burning. Like it will set off a timeline as to every single. It's not so much residual, Wendy. Residual is an icky substance that you can actually remove. That's like a dark substance that is like, and I've actually seen it. We've actually seen it caked on walls. Like it cakes onto the wall. And I've actually seen that. But this is more of an imprint. And after a while, if you notice an imprint, if you put it on glass, after so long, that imprint will actually start to kind of evaporate or
fade or
fade.
Go away,
Yeah.
like
I mean, even if you took your finger on ink, eventually the ink will start to wear down and fade. And I mean, okay, Maria's using an example. When you take your bank statement. I was going to show my thing. She told me not to. I was going to show you my bank thing.
No.
So underneath it has like a carbon copy, right?
Yes.
And after a while, that carbon copy, you're not going to be able to see what the amount was, who it was made out to. Eventually, it starts to fade. She said the same thing happens with energetic fingerprints of a tragedy with so many people involved. So, true. I'm just using, guys, I understand. The planes didn't hit. Well, the planes actually, yeah, the planes did hit.
Yeah, they did.
They did hit because they set off the bombs that were placed strategically through the building. So the building would collapse. They were to set them off, though. Oh, sorry. It's probably my lights. And that's why I keep looking down so you guys don't see that. Because when I look up, you can see it. Okay. So I want to show you guys real quick. I posted this on my wall for you guys. And we're going to do a little cute example. Okay. I posted this on my wall. It's a Yule card layout. Okay. Okay, so our first card, I have 3 cards here. I'm just gonna randomly pick one. Is this the one I like?
Yes.
Let me see, is this the one I like? I don't know. Oh yeah, I don't like this one. I mean, I guess we could use it, but it's more like inspirational quotes. It's weird. Okay, so we're gonna use, what's this one called? Star Temple Oracle, okay? All right, so we're gonna take our Yule. Now, you don't have to literally print this out. You can just look at it and then place your cards where you need. Marlene, I was just basically saying that a lot of people are doing global meditations, mass meditations to feel the vibration, but I'm going to be honest, I don't think you need a meditation to feel that vibration. It's that intense. I don't think you need to meditate on it. Okay, so the Yule card example spread. Okay, so the first one says, what must I let go of to move on? Okay. So we're going to just randomly pull a card. And I'm going to do this for all of you guys. This is like a mass reading. So we're going to pull a card and we're going to put it with number 1. Okay, so there's your number 1 card. Okay. All right. And the number 1 card says the Morning Star. You guys do realize who the Morning Star is, right? Oh my God. I absolutely love Jesus right now because he's on it. I shoot for the stars. The star of Bethlehem. To gain my birthright.
No.
I pulled a Jesus card. Basically said, he is the morning star. He is the star. He's the morning star that presented itself today. Holy crap, he is killing me right now. What must I let go of to move on? Jesus. It's right there. Holy crap. All right. Oh, okay, let me pull. Okay, so our second card is, what does the darkness reveal? So I'm going to pull a card. What does this is a good one. Okay, so what does the darkness reveal? The darkness reveals that the matrix is crumbling and you are the storyteller. You are the narrator of your own story. That's what it's teaching you. That's what it's revealing. That it can no longer control you, that you are the narrator and you make your own reality. This is on point, people, okay? Don't make me get who I am. Do not make me get Mabel out, okay? Because she will become up in this mother.
Oh, dear God.
All right. The third card is, what shadows must I embrace? Ant. Okay, now when I see shadows, I say shadow work. So when I say shadow work is the things that you hide from others that you don't want them to see. So you hide it, you put it in your shadow, you put it in the shadows of your closet of your soul, okay? No, Shauna, what must I let go of to move on? To move on. Let go of the matrix you're in, the 3D matrix, and move on with Jesus, because that's who came forth to help you move on. Okay? Number 3, what shadows must I... Okay, so your shadow self, must I embrace? So what part of yourself do you need to embrace? You need to look in the mirror. Hold the mirror up to you and see and accept all the love of yourself. Understand that you are a reflection. What do you want to see is going to reflect back at you. Your shadow self, your ego, is what hides those amazing parts that you think other people are going to judge you. And they're not. Because if they do, they're not the right people for you in your life. Okay, number 4. What area of your life needs divine light? Your lessons need divine light. What are you wanting to learn? Who are you putting around you? This is the divine light. What areas of your life needs divine light? Your life lessons. Go within your shadow for deep spiritual growth. Stop hiding from people the parts that you want to truly bring out. Like maybe you're really good at crocheting and maybe you're afraid of what people are going to think of your crocheting. Stop worrying. Show it to people. There might be people out there that might really appreciate it. You don't know until you actually reveal yourself. So your divine light that needs shown is on your lessons. What are you showing to people? What are you learning? What are you experiencing? What are you allowing to people to experience from you? Okay, it's number 5. As the light grows, where would my focus be? As the light grows, where would my focus be? Where do you want to focus your attention as the light grows within you? Atlantis. You're going to align with the Crystal City, how they are bountiful.
She come flying at me and then off.
Okay, didn't I just say bountiful or boundless? And I can't hold on to it because it keeps bouncing away from me. You know what that tells me? Stop trying to control and hold on. Let things flow and fly around and
just throw it out.
Oh, and it says right here, create flow.
Well, it was flowing
Oh yeah, it was flowing all over this room. All right, so as the light grows, where do you want to focus on? Focus on boundless creativity and flow. Let yourself flow, okay? So those are the 5 cards. Now, here's the really cool part about the 5 cards, okay? So you have all your cards on your paper like this, okay? Now, here's the thing. Say, for example, I want to learn more about this whole Jesus thing. What must I let go of to move on? So we pulled the Jesus card. Now we can pick 3 more cards to go over that card to reveal a little bit more detail. So we can take 3 more cards and just place them right over that card. I wonder if I should, here, I'm going to pull this out. I'm going to flip it. Okay, so here's our cards. Okay, I have all the cards set up, so there's 1. Let me pull this off here. There's 2. Here's 3. Here's 4. Or, 5. And then 4 can go in the center. Now, I'm pulling cards on this card here, the first one. okay? And all you do is pull your cards like this, and I'm going to pick one more like that. So we know these 3 cards are going over the first one. So these cards to me is Jesus is of creation. He is God, and he allows us to flow through our own authentic sense, our own authentic selves. So he is of creation. He is our direction. He is our God, and he is our flow. So these are the extra details on this one card. Okay, so that's how you pull these cards. Now let's say we want to learn more about the water card. Okay, so I'm going to pick 3 cards and put them right over the water card. Okay, since we're working with Atlantis energy, this to me is the crystal city, like the cosmic enchantress, our steady flow of water, abundance, creativity, our wishful craft that we wish we could just jump on and go to them. But instead, we're going to learn from them and grow like they did. And then the shining star, we're going to glow. We're no longer going to dim or light. We're going to brighten it like the Lemurians, lighten it like the Atlanteans, and then we're going to embody that divine energy. Okay? So this is how you set these cards up. Okay? So now I want to go to... So I know that these cards go with this. So you can gather them and just put them there. And then I can go to this one and just put 3 cards over it. Like this. Yep, water of Aquarius, exactly. If you want to go a little deeper with that meaning. Okay, so let me read this one again. What does the deep darkness reveal? And we said it reveals our true selves, our narrative, what reality do we want to be in, okay? And on top of that, we're going deeper into that reality, and we're going to envision how we want that reality play out. We are the inner vision. We are the vision. We are the signs, the symbols, the creative magic. And we will no longer search the matrix, the outside world for our answers to find who we are. It is always within us. Let me turn back. Turn back. No matter what happens in either reality, everything you need is here. It's encompassed within your physical. It is your soul. It's all you need. I'm not afraid to die. I'll be upset because I feel like, I'm leaving everyone, and I feel like I'm not finished helping or doing things for you guys, and I'll be upset in that sense, but I'll understand that I'm going on to bigger and better things and helping on those levels. So, hey, will you give Ryan his present? There's 3. Today's Ryan's birthday. I'm not afraid. Yes, and you shouldn't be, Debbie, exactly. So that's our Yule card, and that's posted on the wall. And when we do these, we can do them together. It's not a big deal. Yvonne, I printed you out one too. Huh? I printed you out one too.
Yeah, I know. I want to try one.
Did you find them?
Yes.
Okay. Ryan, I got your birthday present.
Thank you.
You're welcome. I didn't know what to get you.
I'll eat it tomorrow.
Okay.
Oh, perfect.
Okay. I didn't know what to get you, so I got you this.
You could go get me extra pickle.
Oh, there you go. I'll know that now because I didn't know what to get you. Chelsea, yes, it is actually mine. Because we're coming to this end of learning. We're coming into the 24,000 year flip. And there's no need to come back and learn from any of the old stuff anymore. I do have these cards in the shop, yes. All these decks All these decks are in the shop. This is the Star Temple one. The Soul Truth one. I think I might pull. I mean, it's more of a.
That's more inspiration.
I guess it's inspirational, intentional. I mean, let's pull a card and just see like how Maria wants me to work with them, because I've never worked with these ones. Ryan, you want to pick a card?
Come pick a card, Ryan.
No, he has to go to work.
Yeah.
Can you pick one real quick?
No, he has to go to work.
I just put my shoes on.
Yeah,
I don't know.
he's fine. He's okay.
All right.
I heard Maria. He's good. All right. I'm gonna pick this one. How can I deepen my trust right now? This is a good one. Because a lot of you are not trusting in the divine alignment of what's going on. My book is not done. It's getting close to being done. It will be done soon. The new deck of cards that we did is coming out next year. Yeah, Debbie, it's more of a personal deck. Robin, if you call the shop and set an appointment, oh, excuse me, you can get a private shop experience. But other than that, we're open Fridays, 12 to 5. And you don't have to make an appointment. Okay, the next one is, how can I infuse more self-love and compassion into my daily life? So this is the energy we're in right now. Unity, love, self-love, compassion for others. And a lot of people just anxiety-ridden, not trusting, constantly watching the TV. And guys, that is their storyline. Everything is faked on it. All of it's fake. None of it is real. And you're just listening to basically a soap opera that doesn't even exist. None of it's real. And you just sit back and absorb it as if it is real, and you take it in. And honest to God, guys, like me and Yvonne were just talking about it. I'm like, I don't watch the news. It's almost like I could care less what happens. Like Trump, Biden, I just don't care. Like I'm at the point where I'm not in that reality. It's not affecting my daily life. It's not affecting me. So why am I getting upset about it? And if Biden were to take office, if you're stuck in that 3D reality, you're going to let it affect you. Right. And Marlena said, turn off that shit emoji. I love that. That's why the guides keep asking, which reality are you going to choose? Which reality are you going with? Are you going with the 3D, the control system, the leaders telling you what to do? Or are you going to follow the 3-dimensional reality, which is unity and the people coming together and people being kind to one another, taking the masks off, and understanding that if you keep thinking you're going to get sick, your reality is going to create a sickness. You're going to create the sickness. You're going to pull it right to you. You're the magnet. You're the manipulator of energy. You're manifesting it. You're creating it. It's going to come right to you. And a lot of people are leaving, and they're using the COVID as an excuse to leave. Half of them don't even have the COVID in reality. Half of them might just have a heart attack or a heart issue or a car accident, but government is writing it up as COVID, so they're using it as an excuse to leave. So they don't want to be here for this frequency, so they're leaving. Do you guys have any questions before I let you guys go for the night so you can rest? Because right now is a time to drink lots of water. Where is my water, by the way? Drink lots of water, rest as much as you can, meditate, listen to your guides, stop listening to outside chatter. Stop, please stop going from medium to medium to medium to medium. You gotta stop. Pick one you're drawn to and stick with that person. Stop jumping around and jumping around and jumping around and getting this person and this person. Okay, Linda, as long as they're saying the same thing, you're fine. If you're being led to the same message. So basically, technically, Maria just said she needs to pick one. Because if they're all giving you the same message, why do you keep having to reassure yourself of the same message? Think about it. Yes, Julie, I'm sure that they will help you make the adjustments gradually, but you really have to break free of the ego, the fear, everything. It's gonna have to, you're gonna have to pull away from it. You guys are awesome. I hope you guys have a wonderful night. Oh my God, someone's eating again. You guys have a great night. I appreciate everything you guys do in supporting us. And anybody donating to the project for the Mystical Oracle deck, we are so and the reason we're doing this because the sooner we get this project going, the faster we get the cards out. That's the whole reason we're doing this. But yes, thank you so much. I hope you guys enjoyed the whole live feed. I'm actually going to download it, and actually I might even break it apart myself tonight and just launch it to YouTube. You guys are amazing. Just keep remembering, you guys are celestial beings. You can create whatever reality you want. Think high frequency. Think, I can do this. I can create this. I can do whatever I feel I want to learn from. And there's no right, there's no wrong. There's just me experiencing and learning. And I'm going to make amazing things with this new energy. Use this frequency to your advantage. Okay? Thank you guys, and I can't wait to get these out to our winners. So, you guys have a good night, and thank you for the happy birthday wishes. I love you guys. Bye.